Integer string conversion length limitation. CPython has a global limit for converting between integer and str to mitigate denial of service attacks. This limit only applies to decimal or other non-power of 2 number bases. Hexadecimal, octal, and binary conversions are unlimited. The limit can be configured. The int type in CPython is an arbitrary length number stored in binary form, commonly known as a big num. There exists no algorithm that can convert a string to a binary integer or a binary integer to a string in linear time. Unless the base is a power of 2, even the best known algorithms for base 10 have subquadratic complexity. Converting a large value such as integer 1 into 500 underscore 000 can take over a second on a fast CPU. Limiting conversion size offers a practical way to avoid CVE 2020 10735. The limit is applied to the number of digit characters in the input or output string when a non-linear conversion algorithm would be involved. Underscores and the sign are not counted toward the limit. When an operation would exceed the limit, a value error is raised. Let's see the example. So here import sys module sys.set underscore integer underscore max str digits is equal to 4300. Illustrative, this is the default. Underscore equal to integer 2 multiplied by 5432. Let's see. Value error exceeds the limit 4300 digits for integer string conversion. Value has 5432 digits. Use sys.set integer max string digits. So if I set run, this time it didn't error out. So print, because the string length is integer length is now 5432 digits underscore. Oh, this long number, it has 5432 digits, repeated twos. Okay. Length of stri, let's see. Print, let's check the length of underscore. It should be 5432. Okay, let's convert to string first and then check the length. You see 5432. So this is in this number twos are repeated 5432 times. Okay, length hex I squared. Okay, let's set it to default again. So I set it. Okay, now the default limit is 4300 digits as provided in sys.integer.info.default max str digits. Let's print sys.integer.info.default max str underscore digits. 4300, right? And if I set it to sys dot integer underscore max str underscore digits is equal to 20,000, then okay, let me set it correct way. $20,000. So now I have updated the underscore 5555. Why is it not working? Mhm. Oh, we need to call it for the first time. So 5555. Mm-hmm. What happened? Let's check this one. Bits per digit 30, size of digit 4, default max string digits this, str digits check threshold 640. Five, four, three, two. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. The default limit, okay. Verification import sys assert sys dot info integer info default max str digits is equal to 4300. Sys dot integer info assert sys dot integer info dot this threshold this message integer affected APIs. The limitation only applies to potentially slow conversions between integer and str or bytes. Integer string with default base 10. Integer string base for all bases that are not a power of 2. Str integer wrap or integer any other string conversion to the base 10. For example, f integer empty dictionary dot format integer or b percentage d or percentage integer. The limitations do not apply to functions with a linear algorithm. Integer string base with base 2, 4, 8, 16 or 30. Integer dot from bytes and integer dot 2 bytes. Hex oct binary bin format specification mini language for hex oct and binary numbers. Str to float, str to decimal dot decimal. Configuring the limit. Before Python starts up, you can use an environment variable or an interpreter command line flag to configure the limit. Python integer max string digits. Python integer max string digits is equal to 640 Python 3. To set the limit to 640, or Python integer max string digits to 0 Python 3. To disable the limitation, minus x integer max string digits. Example, Python 3 minus x integer max string digits is equal to 640. Sys.flex.integer max string digits contains the value of Python integer max string digits or minus x integer max string digits. If both the environment variable and minus x options are set, the minus x options takes precedence. A value of -1 indicates that both were unset. Thus, a value of sys.integer_info.default max string digits was used during initialization. From code, you can inspect the current limit and set a new one using the sys API. Sys.getIntegerMaxStringDigits and sys.setIntegerMax string digits are a getter setter for the interpreter wide limit. Sub interpreters have their own limit. Information about the default and minimum can be found in sys.integerinfo. Sys.integerinfo default max string digits is the compiled in default limit. Sys.integerinfo string digits check threshold is the lowest accepted value for the limit other than 0, which disables is new in version 6. Caution: setting a new limit can lead to problems. While rare, code exists that contains integer constants in decimal in their source that exceed the minimum threshold. A consequence of setting the limit is that Python source code containing decimal integer literals longer than the limit will encounter an error during parsing, usually at startup time or import time or even at installation time. Anytime an up-to-date.pyc does not already exist for the code. A workaround for source that contains such large constants is to convert them to 0x hexadecimal form, as it has no limit. Test your application thoroughly. If you use a low limit, ensure your tests run with the limit set early via the environment or flag so that it applies during startup and even during any installation step that may invoke Python to pre-compile .py sources to .pyc file. Recommended configuration. The default sys.info.default max string digits is expected to be reasonable for most applications. If your application requires a different limit, set it from your main entry point using Python version agnostic code, as these APIs were added in security patch releases in versions before 3.12. Example, import sys if has attribute sys set integer max string digits, upper bound is equal to 688,000, lower bound is equal to 4004. Current limit sys.get integer max string digits. If current limit is equal to 0 or current limit greater than upper bound, sys.set integer max string digits is equal to upper bound. Else, if current limit less than lower bound, sys.set integer max string digits lower bound. If you need to disable it entirely, set it to 0. Footnote: additional information on these special methods may be found in the Python reference manual. Basic customization. As a consequence, the list 1-2 is considered equal to 1.0, 2.0, and similarly for tuples. They must have, since the parser can't tell the type of the operands. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 cased characters are those with general category property being one of LU later uppercase, LI later lowercase, or LT later title case. 1 to 2 format only a tuple. You should therefore provide a singleton tuple whose only element is the tuple to be formatted. Thank you.